Hi, Internet. Welcome to the Troyan YouTube channel. It is Thin Lizzy Thursday, and this week is we're doing a random song. We're doing random songs 2 weeks in a row, and then after that, we're going back to audience vote. So I have no idea what we're going to get today. Even the random music that we're doing, I didn't really have anything planned, so I just looked at like, okay, what's the random instrumental music that YouTube is having me listen to, and it looks like, based upon like what I hit like and I specifically look it up and then it shuffles for me. Um, we're doing the battle theme from Final Fantasy XI, the Voracious Resurgence. Um, so for those who don't know what this is, so Final Fantasy XI came out like 20 years ago, and it is an online game that continually gets updates to its story. And I am actually caught up on the story of Final Fantasy XI. I didn't play it until last year, but I am caught up, and the Voracious Resurgence is the newest storyline. So it's kind of wild that this video game has had a story going on for 20 years, and is actually pretty good. And they've got like new music, all for the, like the new story stuff. So I think it's actually pretty cool. The one thing I don't like about a video game like this is that I have a bit of a fear of what's the word historical preservation, where I like other Final Fantasy games because they don't require an internet connection and you can just play them. And like I don't think they'll be lost to history. But with a lot of video games, it's not like books or movies where like you can always get a copy or whatever, or like find a copy online. Like for online games, especially like once they're gone, they're just gone and you can't ever experience them again. They do have private servers of Final Fantasy XI, so some fans are preserving it. Um, but that's like the one thing I don't like about a game like that is how it can just go away. And since I view these games the same way I view like books and movies, where just like I want to experience the cool story, I don't like that aspect of it. But I mean, it did win me over with like a really charming world and great story and great music. And so this is the random music we're going to listen to while I figure out what song we're doing for Thin Lizzy Thursday. All right, well, that is enough of that. Shout out to the composer Naoshi Mizuta. Um, he's a guy who's really impressed me musically. The more of his stuff I've listened to. Um, shoot, you know what? What is that song? All right, I'm sorry to distract this, but there's a bass line from one of his tracks that is just so great. Yeah, you know what? Before we get to the Grand Slam song, I have to have y'all listen to this because this is Anyway, sorry, I had to play a little bit of that because I mean that's just so good. Was my plan to play two instrumental tracks, but just I just thought of it. And come on, that bass line is just nasty. That's just a nasty bass line. I freaking love it. That is also from Final Fantasy XI. But dude's a great composer, great musician. Speaking of great musicians, great bassists, we are doing the Grand Slam song Harlem, which is basically like an earlier version of One Wish, or maybe One Wish is the earlier version. I'm not certain. I actually prefer One Wish to this. I think that's the better song. I think it has better lyrics. Um, it feels like it's I think it's just like the chorus is better in One Wish than in Harlem. But you know what? Let's just get into it. Compare and contrast. But I think this is a good song. So let's just dive into the demo.
I have often wondered what it's like to be the friend of someone who is just like you. And with that I pretend I would keep this friendship going in my life, my dear. Till you're all through, ooh, darling. If you're all through, can I slip into your shoes, darling?
Yeah, I definitely think that One Wish is better. This is basically the same song, but just like different takes on the song. And I think One Wish is the far superior version because I think just the heartbreaking nature of the chorus of One Wish and just sort of like the more sparse instrumentation is far better suited for the material than like what ended up here. And lyrically, they're mostly the same, except there's some lyrics about just like being in Harlem, which like adds like the poverty aspect to it, which normally I'm all about like social commentary and like working class solidarity and all that stuff. I mean, I eat that up, but I think that the emotional vulnerability the emotional vulnerability is felt better in One Wish than in Harlem. But like it's the same song, just like different versions and like different iterations. And I really hope that One Wish is the version that came later because it would be really disappointing if a song was like made worse over time. But I feel like One Wish is the one that came later.
I have often wondered, sometimes seldom sober, sometimes when I need, darling, you grow colder. I have often wanted to be so depressed. Oh, darling, help me now. What's so much so less in Harlem? Often wondered what it's like to be the friend of someone who is just like you. And with that I pretend I will keep this friendship, though it never left my end. And if you're all through, ooh, darling.
Okay, so I do like the playing in this track, but I think it's good playing, but it loses the emotion of the piece. And again, I think the simplicity of One Wish and like the scaled back nature of it, uh, like actually kind of I think proves my point musically in a number of ways. Where I often say like, it's not about the notes that you play. Sometimes it's about the notes you don't play. Because when you have too much going on, you can lose the heart of the song. And I'm very happy to see this. I was looking up the song, and it looks like Harlem is the earlier version, and then One Wish is the later version of the song. Which, oh man, I am so happy that that's the case, and it makes more sense in my brain. What Mutt Lang produced it? Are you serious? Oh my, what? 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 Oh man. That is wow. I'm gonna try to go back to Harlem and focus on that, but I am wow. Uh,
Oh, darling, don't do it in Harlem. Oh, darling, not in Harlem. No, I'm a warner, I'm a warner. Oh, darling, don't do that. Not in Harlem. Now where do you come on? Giving me that child like a jungle that will live so hard to survive. But where do you come on, son of a bitch? Trying to make some money, trying to get rich. Not in Harlem.
all right, so that is Harlem, and this is going to be kind of hard to rank because it's a good song on its own. If you didn't know that One Wish existed, you'd think this is a really good lost, Phil Lynott track. But then One Wish is so much better, and this is the earlier version of the same song. I almost feel like I shouldn't even rank it because it just feels like musically they're similar enough where they feel like basically the same song. Like he changed the title, but I think I'd say it's the same song. Should I even rank it? Does that even seem fair? I mean, I did a video to it, so I guess I'll rank it. But like, it really feels like an earlier draft of the same song. But then again, I did the same thing with Derby Blues when Cowboy Song had a different title. So man, all right. So where musically, I mean, musically it's A rank minimum. And so then it's just like, where does it rank? You know what? I'm just going to put it. I think musically it's so good, I'm not going to put it any lower than under Can't Get Away. Because musically it's great. Lyrically, it's like mostly there. But then just like the tightening up of the song they did for One Wish just made the song so much better and elevated it. How high? How high is One Wish? It's yeah, up to triple S rank. So like I obviously think very highly of this track. But this is the earlier version and it's not quite up to where it gets with more polish. But man, once they polish it, I mean, one of my favorite songs in the catalog. So Definitely curious as to which version you prefer. Do you prefer Harlem or do you prefer One Wish? If you prefer Harlem, you're wrong. But yeah, definitely know which version you prefer in the comments down below. And stick around next week. We've got another random song, so should be fun. And I'll see you in the comments. Bye, everyone.